Ashley Payne with Simply Living Realty Group. Today I'm with Christina from Buda, Brightside. I just got to take a tour of your adorable, quaint facility. Tell me a little bit how this came to be.
So first off, I appreciate you calling it adorable and quaint because I put a lot of attention and love into it, and I also know that it could use a lot of extra, so I appreciate that description of it. So this actually started kind of from a mother's touch. Terry Troop was looking for a place for her daughter. She checked out all the Dahabs around and just said, this isn't going to work. This is just not suitable for her. So what she did was she started here on just one of the sides of because this is a double duplex. She started on one side with Trisha and a couple of her friends because the mothers at that graduating class felt the same way, like this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
So it was Trisha and like 3 or 4 friends. And it just kind of grew from there. And that was about 14 years ago when Miss Terry opened it. I came on about 8 years ago. And we just kind of jived, Terry and I, on our thought process on what we want to prosper from this, the lives that we want to be able to like sow within the community. And so she was excited that I jumped on and just kind of let me go crazy from there.
Yeah.
And so it started with just little like, hey, can I add an art class? And she was like, oh yeah, go ahead. It's okay. Can I make up a trivia game? Yeah, go ahead. And so it was just like little tiny pieces that added together. And now we've got a newsletter that comes out every month that has an AM and a PM and weekend activities. And I'll tell you what, if I don't get that thing out in time, I'm going to be hung by my toes. So it's very important that we've got the schedule out. So it was just hanging out with friends being like, oh, you want to do that? Yeah, sure. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So it was just me hanging out with these guys and becoming friends and seeing what they wanted to do and just adding piece by piece per what these friends wanted and needed.
Yeah. No, and I love how you refer to them as friends. That is like the coolest, like heartwarming name that, I mean, because everybody needs a friend, you know?
Oh,
so
yeah.
just to have them called as friends. And how you call this the meat, like how this is where the meat of everything is. So like your little definitions of every room is cool. And how they can go and make a coffee and like learn how to be a barista is so cool. Like I can't train my kids to do that. And then how they could go make snickerdoodles. That is like teaching them amazing life skills that I guarantee most seniors don't know how to do. Mm-hmm. And teaching them to feel like they have like a worth and a purpose and learning the concept of how to make a product and earn money.
Everybody needs a reason to put their pants on in the morning. I have a friend that comes in and says that every day, and it makes me so happy. Like, Christina, look. I put my pants on. And it like reminds me every day too, because you know what I hate doing in the morning? I hate putting my pants on.
Yeah.
If I could be in my pajamas all day long, I would be in my pajamas all day long. So that like feat of like, you know what? That was a big thing. We did get up and we got here today. And giving them a reason to put their pants on. Everybody needs one. Everybody must feel purposed.
Yeah. Now tell me some of the things that you get to do with these friends. Like I got to see a pageant closet. So what are the things, activities that they get to participate and do?
Anything that we can come up with. I have we'll just like let the scroll down. We do a talent show. We do a prom. We do dress up days. We volunteer in the community. We go ring the bells. We've done Blue Santa. We'll, of course, go on field trips or fun trips. We have different volunteers who come in here and do yoga classes for us and art classes, and we've had Zumba teachers come in.
That would be fun to see.
Oh God, it's so much. We're dancers. We can shake. That's for sure. We work with the city of San Marcos to help with the Miss Beautiful pageant. There's a formal wear, there's a beach wear, and there's a casual wear. Formal wear is really expensive. So what I do is I collect dresses throughout the year and jewelry, and then when it comes time to, we're able to take it down there. And all the girls can try it on and then keep whatever dress they choose after that. And so that's why every year I just do another call for dresses and stuff like that. It's the funnest. Feeling beautiful and believing in yourself is always a feat for women.
Yeah.
So being able to be a part of that for these ladies, and they just glow. Good God, I melt every year for that one.
Oh my gosh.
So that's just one of the fun things. Another, on an extension to the coffee that we do, we go and serve to the first responders in a way that it's helpful for all parties.
Yeah.
So our first responders could be comfortable and know our friends by name. So in those situations, they understand that If our friends are wearing headphones, that those headphones are sensory headphones, they're not headphones for anything else,
Right.
or that perhaps we're not going to react with quite the same speed that everyone else is, and in the same breath, so that my friends feel comfortable with these people in uniforms, and that's my friend, Officer Tim, instead of like, well, this is intimidating.
Yeah.
So it bridges a lot of things together there. So
Yeah.
you name it, we'll try it, and that's how everything started here. The talent show in its own was summertime, and the guys were bored, and it was just like, we gonna do a talent show? I was like, sure. And it was in the garage, and there was just parents lined up around. There were parents all in the living room and the kitchen too. It was like, we didn't know this was gonna happen. We just like were playing around dancing to Spice Girls in here and thought it was fun. And then that's just like grown, and now it's this big giant monster. That was the first question they asked when they came back from like the Corona break, the summer break, the Corona break. The
longest spring break that never ended.
It's the worst. But they came back, and right away it was like, when's the talent show? Like, I'm ready to be a star. So,
Great
you name it, we'll dive into it. I believe that they can do anything. So if they want to chisel away at it, we'll chisel away at it, and we'll see what we can do with it.
Yeah, I got to see back in your art room, they're creating little, trinkets and stuff, and, it's like its own little Etsy store back there. So tell us about that.
So we kind of have these entrepreneur programs. A full-time job even for me, is strenuous, 8 to 5. I mean, that's tiring. It's exhausting, and it's hard to stay on all that time. And for our friends, their daily framework works a little bit different. So we've built this in so that it is a work program that works with them. So whenever you're ready to get your craft on and make something that you want, you can get back there, and then you put on your work hat for maybe 30 minutes, and then you need a break. And so it's building a work world that works with them. And then we take whatever they make, and we'll go to the market days or whatnot, and they'll sell it out in the community. That money goes into an account for them. So if we go to the movies or we go bowling, they're paying for themselves instead of reaching into a parent's pocket. And the reality of it is that some of our friends don't have parents. They're without advocates or family members, and then you don't have pockets to reach into. I've worked at places that if you didn't have money to go on the field trip, you didn't go to the field trip. I've worked at places where if there was a party, you had to bring $7 to attend the party. That was like cookies and ice cream and punch. And if you didn't bring that money, you went and sat in a different room and watched a movie while everybody enjoyed the party. So I just don't think it's fair. You didn't pick this straw. I didn't pick this straw. And so I want to make a world that works for them. And so this is the way we do that, is through the bake sale and through a creators class. And then you name it, we'll make it. We had an awesome teacher come through and help them make leather earring jewelry to be able to sell. And we had people come in and donate succulents, and they potted and decorated plants and sold the succulents. And again, if you got an itch to do it, we're going to figure out a way for you to do it.
Yeah, that is so cool. Now, what kind of goodies do they make in the bake sale? Because I'm supposed to be on this 75-day hard, but I don't know how I'm going to
Well, I would love to break that for you. We do, again, anything and everything. So one of our favorites is chocolate chip cookies. We can't get around it. We always have to have our chocolate chip cookies. We have a recipe, and we put out a recipe book, and so it's...
You put out a recipe?
We did.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So some of the friends sent in some of their home recipes.
Okay.
And so it's like, Jason's pot roast and Landon's whatever. So we use our chocolate chip recipe. We do Rice Krispies treats. We've had a mom come in and volunteer, and she taught everybody how to make tortillas, and then we sold the tortillas. Ooh. That one sold amazingly, of course. Yeah. We have made for Halloween the popcorn hands. Again, we try to make it all ability. So we're going to have some more intricate recipes for friends that are trying to dive in. But then we're going to have things that are a little bit more accessible for everyone to make. So those are, the Halloween popcorn hands, and we've done the skewers of candies during during Valentine's with hearts and things like that. And again, all ability. We're gonna make it work for everybody. It's all crew, no passengers. It's a can-do place in here.
Yeah, I love that. It's like a team, really. Like nobody's left behind.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm super corny.
Exactly. No, that is one of my hashtags all the time. So.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No, so tell me about, you said about going to movies, like, so are those like field trips that you guys get to do, and how often do you guys get to do those?
So I try to structure it that we have one fun field trip a month. I want to make this program as realistic as possible. Right. So for me, a single woman who makes what I make, I'm able to go do one really fun, frivolous thing a month.
Yeah.
You know, I can go out to eat with my girlfriends one weekend and we'll go out and have some drinks. But I can't do that every week. I can't go to the movies multiple times and go bowling. So I try to structure it to where we have this one fun where we've worked for the money, and earned our take there, and then the rest of the field trips we go on are educational or they're volunteering. We're teaching altruism, and we're also letting the world know, like, we're not just here just to have fun. We're here to give back.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the reason I'm still here, is because they do so much for me that it's out of this world. I mean, I know I'm here teaching them, but it's truly the opposite.
Aww.
Sometimes I'm like, I teach life skills? Come on. Who did this? Who did this? You guys help me. I did something wrong. So, definitely teamwork.
I love that. Now, talk about, like, how do you guys take sponsorships? How does that work for you guys?
So we actually just kicked off a giving campaign, so you can sign up to give monthly, and that helps, move along different art programs or music programs for us. We also have an opportunity this year to be a vehicle sponsor. So for $5,000 for the year, you'll get your logo on our bus.
Okay.
And then you're part of what allows us to be a part of the community every day. The big part that I want to plug on that too is, yes, in being a monthly giver, you are facilitating art classes and bringing volunteers in and staff, but you are facilitating something so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Because, just a quick example, I end up advocating a lot. And that means sometimes I have to step up for some friends and be there at a doctor or at a hospital.
Yeah.
And without these donations, I don't have the bodies in here so I can step out and do that.
Yeah.
Mudbugs was wonderful, and they put on a golf tournament for us, and one thing Tammy with Mudbugs said was that she wanted to give more, and I think that's such a special heart. But the biggest part of it is, without that, I wouldn't have had staff to be able to hire. And this month, I've been in the hospital twice.
Oh my gosh.
With friends on multiple days. That's giving them a voice. That's making sure that they're medically taken care of. So even though when you look up online, it'll say for the, if you sign up for $30 a month, you're going to help with an art class. It's so much bigger than that. That's just the smallest portion of it. It allows my friend James to have somebody in the hospital with him advocating for his needs and making sure that he's okay. So it's so much more than just the giggles and sparkles and fun that we do in here.
Yeah.
It's the health and safety of these individuals that you're giving into.
Yeah, you're allowing you to be their advocate and their family member when they don't have that. So you can't put a price on that whatsoever. So any donation just goes leaps and bounds.
Yes,
and so that's amazing. Speaking of Mudbugs, they're great people over there. I love your garden in the back. That is so cool. So tell us about that.
Okay, so it started because, as I said, Terry Troop, she has it's not just a green thumb, she has green hands. And so she had 3 rows out there. She did a great job with them. The only hard part was they're on the ground. So some of her friends who are in wheelchairs or in walkers, it was really difficult. So this last summer, my mom and my dad and my aunt and uncle came up and they built some raised gardens for us. And they sturdied those bad boys so that our friends in the wheelchair can grab onto them and they're sturdy enough that they can yank themselves up and be a part of what's going on over there. And so, in extension to the golf tournament, which already they're just awesome humans for doing for us, they have offered to, once our herbs get plentiful, to purchase those so that they can be a part of their meals, which is, I can't even. That's cool. Inclusion beyond.
Yeah.
And I've just found that in the city of Kyle and Buda in general, because I've done this work for a while and I've never had the response that I have in Kyle and Buda of just these hearts that are ready to be like, oh yeah, come on in, guys. Of course you can.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about this area. Like I've said before, people aren't intimidated getting in the same sandbox with each other. They all play nicely. They want to help. They're eager to help. And the fact that you have those herbs out there and stuff, if the kids, the friends want to go there and have, the shrimp and grits and it's made with those herbs, they feel like the whole full circle of it all. You know? So that is really cool that that is something that you guys offer. I love the bright colors in here. I love all of the lights, the music.
It's a party all the time. We have people from the state come in, of course, check on our guides, and every time they come in, they're like, it's a party here. I'm like, it's Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely is. You set the mood. It's a part of, setting up their day for success.
Yeah.
And that's with us, Smile.
Yeah, for sure. Now, with everything being said, is there anything that you would let everybody want to know that, like, what you guys are needing or would like some help at, or any way people, the community, can get involved to help contribute to these friends and help, continue what you guys have going on?
Yeah, definitely so. Oh my gosh, the need is out of this world. So we had 30 on roll to begin with and a waiting list of 10.
Oh my gosh.
Now, after Corona, my role is larger, and I'm adding moms on. Moms are calling me, and I'm adding 3 to 4 people onto my waiting list a week, and it breaks my heart because it's moms calling saying, like, we haven't been anywhere in a long time. We're not communicating the same. We're pulling our hair. We're pinching our skin. We're ripping our clothes. We need something. And I refuse to be a place that just stuffs people in here. I've been in large facilities where there's 50 or 60 people, and all we're doing is maintaining. We're cleaning,
Right.
feeding, and giving meds because that's all we can do.
Yeah.
The state ratio is 8-1, and that's just atrocious.
Yeah.
Our ratio in here is 4-1, and I don't want to deviate from that because
It
then I'm
works.
not going to be giving a service. I want to do something. I just don't want
Right.
to hold people, So the need is tremendous. Not to mention there is a huge need for housing in this community as well. There's only 2 large run state operations, and we just need more options. And so that is what our big goal is to be able to expand and offer community for all of our friends, as well as offer safe housing to all of our friends, because safe housing is hard to find. So we are needing a new building. We're needing a spot to be able to build a tiny home community so that we are learning independent living skills while still having the supports that we need. So that's our big itch right now is, finding a space within the city of Buda.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to end up on a farmland somewhere
Right.
else, far out. We're there because it's cheap and it works.
You're
but then
right.
we're by ourselves again.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in special education, and that's why there's such a distance in the adulthood for them, is because we had our own hallway, or we had our own building, or we had our own trailer. Well, this is what's happening. We got our own ranch somewhere far, far away.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's a disservice to everybody in the community.
Yeah, they're missing out.
These people are awesome. It keeps me alive. So I don't want to take them somewhere else. They need to be chock here in the center of Buda, and so that's our big goal.
And so is that sponsorships helping you guys
Yes.
get there and everything? Okay.
Yes. I don't know how appropriate it is to go ahead and just plug it, but
Go for it.
I know that Buda Elementary, the historical part of it, the
Yes.
raised version, they don't have plans for it quite yet. I want to get into there. If we're just looking at numbers statistically, there is a huge number of adults with developmental disabilities that are not being served within this community. And then I can give you the numbers. I've got waiting lists. We need this. The community is screaming that this is needed.
Yeah.
We have got a giant space over there that needs renovations, but I'm a pushy girl and I'll figure out how to do it. But my biggest thing is being able to give them access to the community. That's right there. We're downtown. We can walk and get
Ride
coffee at
bikes,
Summer Moon.
all of that,
We're right by the park.
Yeah.
So that's the large goal, to be able to really give to the community, because then I've got a big space where I can add a lot of friends and we can expand their worlds, and that's what it is.
And not only would it be giving, the friends a bigger space, but it also offer more employment in the area too. And, there's people that are, in teachers, and they kind of get burned out and they want to find more of a purpose. That would be a great avenue for them, to be able to give back to these friends and help them along the way too. So
Definitely.
that would be definitely, we'll try and have to figure out to make that happen.
I'm ready to push into that. Who do I need to talk to? What elbows do I need to rub?
Yeah, exactly. So, well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me and giving me the tour of your beautiful little oasis here. I love each room. Like, that room over there that is like the sensory room with the frogs and the crickets. I could totally like take a nap in there. So I love how each place has a purpose and it fits a different set of mood and whatnot. So what you've created here is pretty spectacular. So you should be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Well, thanks again for taking the time, and I look forward to trying to make your dreams a reality.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.